back the newspaper club, and basically threw around more theories concerning both the victims and the perpetrators of the recent string of the second New Generation Madness, but well, there were a few interesting ideas thrown around, including the broad scope of a Gigalomaniac's powers, since they are entirely dependent on real-booting delusions in the eyes of everyone else who is observing them. We still don't know anything about the actual killers themselves. In fact, I think the only thing that we do know for certain is that if the pattern is still on course, then there should be a fifth murder on the 23rd of October, which would match the timeline. But other than that, not a whole lot of new information was gleaned from our toing and froing. So we're just resting up here at the lovely ChäoS Academy cafeteria. After the meeting in the newspaper club ended, I bought a mountain view at the vending machine in the cafeteria and sat down on a nearby bench. Sorry, not bench. I'd been thinking so much that I was exhausted. I opened the plastic bottle and swallowed down the bubbling carbonation inside. Carbonated goodness.
Mata sore nonderu no kayo? Omae honto suki da na.
Well, everyone has their preference of beverage. There's Shinji. Ito brought a can of black coffee and sat down on the bench with me. Yeah, believe it or not, you can actually buy coffee in a can. Who would have thought?
Kedo, sakki wa bikkuri shita na.
Yeah, that's my thoughts exactly. Exactly what about that surprised you?
Omae no nouryoku da yo.
Well, obviously. So yeah, second time round, Takuru was able to finally demonstrate his own Gigalomaniac abilities. It just required a little bit of abstract thinking on his part.
ま、僕自身もまだ驚いてるけどな。
とにかく感心したっていうか、普通にかっこよかったぜ。
That it was. It also wasn't real.
やめろって。男に言われても一つも嬉しくない。
That's something the heroine says to the male lead in a romantic comedy. And then the hero falls in love, maybe.
いや、それもないな。
Probably shouldn't talk to yourself under your breath while Ito is around there, Takuru. A series of faces flooded through my mind. Serika with her dopey laugh, the ever-angry Kurisu, Kazuki playing SO2, and Arimura with her acid tongue. But I couldn't imagine starting a romance with any of them. Yeah, this isn't a harem anime here, Takuru.
なんだよ、せっかく褒めてやったのに。よっ。
Ito threw the empty can at the garbage bin.
あ、惜しい。
全然惜しくないだろ。
It depends on how good the coffee is, I guess. Also, not a lot of people, not a lot of people actually prefer coffee. The garbage can had a lid, and only a small hole to throw the cans in. Of course, there was no way he could get it inside. But will he?
なあなあ、またやってみせてくれないか?
We don't really want to draw any more undue attention to ourselves.
何を？
だから能力だよ。
Ito looked around the cafeteria as he spoke, making sure no one was too close. There might be a loophole around this if we project into Ito's dead spots. We can make sure that no one else can see it.
え?
Was this why he'd thrown the can? Yeah. Pretty sneaky there, Shinji. And lo and behold, a delusion trigger. Fortunately, it was after school and the cafeteria was just about to close, so there weren't too many people in the room. Part of me is tempted to, basically go through this on reality, but actually, wait, what? I can't choose, Huh. Now, this is interesting. I don't know whether or not this is a glitch or something, or maybe there is some meaning to this, because for some reason I can only pick positive delusion. Give me a moment, adventurers, and I'll see whether or not this is a glitch or something. One moment. Okay, I'm apparently not going crazy. I literally cannot select the negative option here in this particular delusion trigger. Which is kind of unusual, but then again, considering the fact that something unexpected had happened during one of the previous delusion triggers, it's probably nice that we have a minor bit of variety. But I can either, well, go through the sequence of events in reality, but you know what? I'm actually going to, well, let's give Ito what he wants, shall we say. Although something tells me my intuition that things probably aren't going to unfold quite as I would expect, or as Takuru expects for that matter. Fortunately, it was after school and the cafeteria was just about to close, so there weren't many people in the room. There were a few groups of people who were probably chattering about nothing important, and a few boys and girls intently reading their books. Nobody was paying any attention to us. I didn't think anyone would see me and make a fuss, but...
お前ってどのくらいのものが動かせるんだ? 重さとか大きさとか 数とか。
Well, considering the fact that it's all based on a delusion, hard to say.
その辺はまだテストしてないな。
じゃあ狙いは正確なのか？ターゲット以外のものが動いちゃったりしないのか？
Yeah, once again, Shinji, we're not actually using telekinesis, we're merely projecting the delusion of telekinesis. Which is very different.
それもまだ。
That was a good point. It'll be best to check that stuff. What should I do? Well, we're about to use our power, so why not? Okay, let's try this.
遊びでやるんじゃないぞ。能力を磨くためだからな。
お、そうこなくちゃ。
あと、横から余計なこと言うなよ。意識を集中させないとちゃんとできないんだ。
Well, here goes nothing, I guess. I stared at the can that Ito had just thrown. I imagined it flying into the little hole in the garbage can. I could see the D sword appear in the corner of my vision. I got pretty good at this part. The next part was the hard one. I tried to focus on the image in my mind.
Miyashiro, stop!
あ、
I was interrupted by a quiet yell from Ito.
なんだ？
Surprised, I turned towards Ito, and then my mouth flew open with shock. I hadn't seen them because the vending machine was blocking my view, but two girls were walking up to the bench. I saw them and panicked, and tried to shut down my power. Yeah. My point about Gigalomaniac still stands. If Ito is the only one that can view the delusion, then all's well and good. But that was the worst thing I could have done. Oh dear. Okay, another delusion trigger. The coffee can ended up heading towards one of the girl's feet instead of the garbage can. And again, cannot select the negative delusion. You know what? We're gonna go all in with this. We're gonna see how far this can go. Probably going to end badly. Definitely going to end badly. But what the hell? Yeah, we're gonna go further down that rabbit hole. She didn't see it coming. There was a chance she might slip on it. If she hurt herself, it would be my fault. What should I do? Should I use my power again to stop it? There we are.
くそ、止まれ。
The The second I told it to stop, it changed its course as if a giant had come down and smashed it from above. Sorry, a giant hand. Sorry there. It fell to the ground with a huge clatter. That's going to make a lot of noise. The two girls leapt up at the sudden noise and then turned towards us. When they did, one of their skirts flew up. Oh dear.
Huh?
Worst possible situation. As the girl spun, she quickly put her hands on her skirt. And then our eyes met.
やだ。キモい。何ジロジロ見てんの？
違います。缶の音にびっくりしただけで、別に何も見てないというか、
Yeah, we're doomed. But the two of them glared at me warily, then ran up the stairs. What was that about? Well, to be fair, it could have been worse. Could have been much worse, even if it was my fault, which it was. I'd saved them from danger. And from where I was sitting, I couldn't see anything anyway.
なるほど。そうか。青だな。
Don't be a dick, Shinji. I guess he could, though. Of course. Of course.
いや、それよりもだ。
Well, that was a complete and total failure. Ito got to see what was under her skirt, and I didn't. And when they turned towards us, he looked away with speed that rivaled being a psychic power in its own way, and pretended he'd seen nothing. Yeah, some friend. So I was the only one who got branded a pervert.
おい、伊藤。
いやー、すげえ能力だな、今の。
Yeah, you are totally not referring to the telekinesis. I was pissed, but for some reason Ito was looking at me with newfound respect. That is respect we neither want nor need. You know what? I'm going to exact punishment. A lifetime supply of Mountain View from you.
何？
Good sir.
こんなにうまくスカートの中を覗けるなんて最高だ。尊敬するぜ。
That is nothing to be proud of, Shinji.
そんなの狙ってない。
え？違うの？
違う。
なんだ、つまんね。
Yeah, this is quickly turning into a dumpster fire.
お前も帰れ。
Yeah, show's over.
いやいやいや、よく聞けよ。
Ito suddenly took on the air of a scientist and leaned closer to me.
近い、気色悪い。
Yeah, there is such a thing as personal space.
いいから聞けって。
なんだよ。
This is going to be one of those terrible ideas, isn't it?
お前は今俺たち男子生徒の神になったんだ。
That is not a compliment, especially in this context. The hell was he talking about?
Shinji-chan,
And it's Seruka. Good thing she didn't see that shameless display. That we inadvertently, that we were responsible for. As I furrowed my brow, Serica came down the stairs toward us.
こんなとこにいたんだね。私もなんか飲もう。
Why not? The more the merrier.
マウンテンビューにしろよ。
Yeah, something tells me that she's not a huge fan there, Takuru. Serica nodded hesitantly, then put her coins into the vending machine and hit the button for the drink next to the mountain view. Dr. P. Aha! Excellent, Serica. Very well done. Ah, classic Dr. Pepper. There was a thud as the bottle dropped into the bottom compartment.
宮代、今だ。
Oh god. Not again.
あのペットボトルを床に落として転がせ。
なんだよいきなり。
We've already humiliated ourselves once already.
いいからやってみせろって。これも能力の訓練だから。
Can't really do that to Serica.
ああ。
God damn it. I didn't really know what was going on, but I tried to visualize this bottle Serica was reaching for falling to the floor. The D-sword was still there in the corner of my eye, and it was easy to send the image into both of their brains. The bottle flew out of Serica's hand just like I wanted. Nothing to see here. And it rolled along the floor, just like I'd envisioned.
待って待って。
Serica stretched her hand out toward the bottle and ran after it. Of course, she was leaning forward. And another delusion trigger yet again.
ふむ、予想通り純白フリルだったか。
I hate you, Shinji Ito. In this moment, right here, right now, I hate you. But we're a glutton for punishment, so we're going to jump right into the lion's mouth yet again with another positive, because we're just that crazy. From where Ito was looking, he could see her perfectly. Yeah, we should have known he was up to something. We walked right into it. Dagnabbit. If I took half a step forward, I could probably see it too, but that half step felt very difficult to take. I finally knew what Ito was after, but I couldn't stop the bottle from rolling quickly. Serica was running after it, with her hands stretched out and her back towards us. I stood up from the bench and moved between Ito and Serica.
何をするんだ、神様！
As flattering as it is to be referred to as Kami, no. Just no.
だってな。このエロ神、さては独り占めするつもりか。
I believe that's your shtick.
人聞きの悪いこと言うな。
Yeah, this is going all sorts of wrong. Trying to hide Serica from his gaze, I imagined something else. Oh god. This time it was the bottle coming to a dead stop in Serica's hands. But is it going to work? I ended up saying something weird, but this time I used my full powers to stop her. But then...
みんなここにいたのね。
Yeah, I think it's official. We're doomed. No, seriously, we're dead. Game over. Thanks for playing. Time to head home. We are so dead.
っていうか、何してんのセリー。ん？
Yeah, make that triple dead. I just have a feeling. Kurusu, Arimura, and Kazuki were all coming down the stairs.
よりによってこんな時。
I became totally distracted. And instead of the bottle coming to a complete stop... Oh, sorry. Coming to a stop, I imagined something entirely different. It was probably because I imagined what Ito had just witnessed, but I ended up thinking about a naughty article I'd just read in Cool Cat Press. Yeah, this is, yeah, this is... This is a train wreck. This is going to be an absolute utter train wreck. This was the name of the article. It had pictures too. God damn it. I remembered saying, if the girl's showing you her underwear, of course she's up to it, for it, but all the girls were wearing different kinds of underwear. After taking a moment to appreciate from an academic standpoint the variety of underwear on offer, I started trying to guess what kind of underwear Serica would pick, or maybe Kurisu. No, don't be stupid. Too little, too late for that, unfortunately.
そんなこと今思い出したらダメだ。
Yeah, not while we're in the midst of actually using our Gigolomaniac powers. Yeah, this is beyond a train wreck. But the more I tried to stop it, the stronger the strange vision became. And suddenly I heard the sound of my destruction. We are so dead. There was a small rustling sound as Arimura's skirt. Yeah, we're so dead. We're going to be horrifically murdered. Slowly, but surely and steadily started to rise.
おお
「 It went up past her knee socks and then higher and higher. Arimura stood there for a moment in shock, then realized what was going on and grabbed her skirt from above.
Eh?
Kurusu and Kazuki were looking at her with wide open eyes. Shit. And you know what? As I said before, it's gonna get even worse. It's gonna get so much worse. Because why not? This wasn't good. Sarika would probably laugh and forgive me. Actually, she might not even realize what had happened. Yeah, I wouldn't bet money on that, there, Takuru. But I wouldn't be that lucky with Arimura. Any second now, she was going to realize it was because of my power. Oh, it's going to get so much worse. So much worse than you can ever imagine, Takuru. I gulped. Oh no. The Empress, now fully recovered, was standing next to her. If she figured out what I'd done, who knew what would happen? I don't know, but we're about to find out. We are so about to find out.
何今の風？
Yeah, it was the wind. No one is going to buy that excuse, Takuru. It was the wind's fault, not mine. So I didn't do anything, and it's not my fault. Yeah.
ってことにするしかない。
But will that hope carry the day? I quickly tried to come up with a new delusion, and then transmitted it into everyone's brains. This is all going to end in tears. I used my power to softly open a nearby window, and nobody noticed. It worked. It was as if it had been open the whole time. All that was left was for the wind to blow through the window, and I should be able to fool them. I think we've just dug our own grave. I really think that. Come to think of it, this power of mine is amazing. It is amazing, but it is not without its drawbacks.
Huh? What?
A soft breeze, just strong enough to barely move your hair, rubbed against my cheek. The wind was weak. Oh, bitter lamentations. It was super weak. No one else's skirt, neither Kurusu nor Kazuki's nor Sarika's were moving at all. Yeah, digging the grave even further. This bed of lies is getting much worse. Arimura alone had turned beet red, grabbed the hem of her skirt and started looking frantically around. The gap between her behavior and how she normally acted was cute enough that I couldn't help but stare. Wait, no. There was no physical reason for Arimoto's uniform to be the only one to rise up like that. This wasn't going to fool them at all. And we're only going to make it worse. This bed of lies is going to be a bed of nails at this point. Could my power maybe cause air to convect? If it could, there was still hope. I could just create the wind. It's a stretch. It's a huge stretch. It is a long shot. I came up with a new delusion and hit everyone around me with it.
とにかく一発でいい。激しい風を頼む。
Imagine a strong wind blowing. Imagine the air moving violently, creating a gust of wind. Yeah, this is... And then suddenly Kurisu's skirt flew up as well. Also, got an achievement. There.
よし、いった。
女帝がまさかのピンクストライプ。
クルスにこんな可愛い趣味があったなんて。
Yeah, forget the grave. We're gonna be cremated. Definitely, definitely, definitely cremated. Kazuki as well. Now it was Kazuki's turn. The hem of her skirt suddenly flew up.
パンツまで円数のキャラグッズかよ。
もう少しおしゃれに気を使え。
Really not the person to talk about that, Takuru. Next was Serika, then Arimoto's skirt flew up again as well. Yes, it was a success. Ish.
驚いたな。なんてすごい風だ。
I ran my fingers through my hair and whispered to myself. I was worried there for a moment, but I just barely managed to...
Huh?
Another soft breeze. Just enough to tickle your eyebrows. Brushed my cheek. Why is the wind so weak? Yeah, that delusion didn't last long. It's too weak. But I could see the girl's white thighs in front of me and a more tantalizing sight above them.
そうじゃない。僕はスカートをめくりたいわけじゃなくて。
Yeah, well no, as a healthy schoolboy I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little interested. In fact, I wanted to make sure I got a good look so I could remember later. Wait, why do I have to be so honest? I screamed at my power to stop. Yeah.
やだもう。なんか変な風。 風なんですかこれ。
Yeah, this,
うーん。
yeah. We are beyond doomed. The girls were clearly suspicious now and holding down their skirts with both hands.
おい宮代、バレるんじゃないか。
Ito stood up from the bench and started to move backward, afraid. Specifically, afraid of Kurusu. And to make matters worse, one of the groups of girls that had been talking in the cafeteria was starting to move closer to us. They'd probably run out of things to talk about and decided to go home, and now they were looking at us in shock. Yeah, emergency shutdown. Oh god. Nope. The pain continues. The pain continues. This was way too suspicious. But we keep going on this train. They might think that the girls were lifting up their skirts to show us. If that happened, the whole school might think that the newspaper club were a bunch of perverts.
どうする？もう一回やってみるか。
As I hesitated, I could hear the group of girls start to whisper.
ねえ、何今の。なんかおかしくね。
Yeah,
つ
indeed.
うかさ、あれ生徒会長？やだ。どうしたんだろうね。
This is getting worse. So much worse. So very much worse.
やってやる。
Oh dear God. I focused my mind to its utmost. I just need the wind to blow the way I want it. If the wind blows up their skirts too, I can fix this misunderstanding. I can avoid any weird rumors. It's not going to work. You know that, right? I'm just going to check. Yeah. Don't just lift up the skirts because I want to see their panties. Yeah, thinking that is definitely going to help this delusion manifest itself there, Takuru. Wind blows, skirts fly up. Don't get the order mixed up. You're trying to do two different things at once. And it's not working. I think the delusions are getting mixed up in your head there, Takuru. With an explosion of mental force, I sent the vision from my brain to the others. That did it. Finally. A gust of wind blew through the open window. The girl's hair started to fly up.
ダメか。
But the wind still wasn't strong enough, oh god. It wasn't enough to blow up their skirts.
それなら。
I'll add my power to the strength of the wind. This is... I think... Yeah. Now those girls' skirts flew up, just like Kurisu's and the others had. I think we're going overboard here, Takuru. I think we've well gone past the point of no return. For some reason, the sound was different with the last girl.
今の風何だよ、窓開けっぱなしじゃん。
つーかなんかあいつに見られたし。
The girls quickly press down on their skirts. I also think that we're beyond doomed at
最
this
悪。
point.
今日のパンツいけてないのに。
そういう問題じゃないよ。
いいえ、僕見てないです。風にびっくりしていて。
Yeah, we're doomed. As I whispered excuses, I saw the girl in the back fidgeting. Wasn't that the girl who made a slightly different sound?
ん？どうした？なんか急にね、裏のホックが外れた。
何を？
The hook on Awry. What the hell kind of wind does that? What was wrong with my power? I think it's out of control. No, I mean, I did kind of think she had big boobs, but just a little. That explains everything. Well, it was nice knowing you, Takuru Miyashiro. I suddenly felt a murderous energy and looked up in shock. My eyes locked with Kurusu, who was looking down upon me with her arms crossed. Adimura and Kazuki had their arms crossed too, and the same cold expressions on their faces. Serika was the only one who didn't seem to know what had happened. She was looking between me and the others, confused. Yeah, it's cremation time.
伊藤、おい、伊藤。
I think it's safe to say that he hightailed it out of here like a coward. Like a complete coward. I turned around in search of my best friend, but there was no one there. Real Caiaphas Cain, this one. Instead, I could see a single shadow outside the window, racing away toward the setting sun.
伊藤！
And he's gone. 30 minutes later.
どうもすみませんでした。
Yeah, looks like he didn't get very far. Ito was kneeling on the floor, surrounded by the girls. After 30 minutes of a newspaper club inquisition, it was decided that Ito was at fault. I had done some things that weren't very good either, but in the end, I managed to make them understand that they were mistakes. Phew. Don't think we can breathe easy just yet.
本当にもう二度とこんなことしちゃダメよ、伊藤くん。
深く反省しました。もう絶対にいたしません。
And to think, all this stemmed from just trying to lift a can of coffee into a garbage can. Ito bowed so low that his face touched the floor. That's right. That's right. Get madder. Get very madder. That's what you get for putting me through that. Our own punishment is coming, Takuru.
だいたいタクルを変な風に乗せないで。おだてられるとすぐこういうことしちゃうのよ。お調子者だから。
Yeah, we're still in the firing zone.
そうですよ。宮代先輩って真面目そうな顔して実はエロ妄想全開ですし。
Yeah, straight through the heart to that one.
エッチな本とか結構隠してるもんね。
So Serica knows about the Cool Cat Press magazines that Gen gives him. Good to know.
タクル、それ本当？そういうの感心しないって言わなかった？
違う、おのえの誤解だ。僕はそんな本。ってなんでいつの間にか僕が責められてるんだよ。お前もそんな目で見るな。
とにかくいい二人とも。以後絶対に能力をおかしなことに使わない、使わせない。約束よ。
了解しました。
いやだから僕は最初からそんなつもりじゃなかった。
約束よ。
はい。
Yeah, there was no getting out of this one, Takuru. Ito bowed low on the floor again, and I did too. Well, another series of hijinks at Heikyo Academy. But yeah, that's going to bring this episode of ChäoS Child to a close. And when we return, adventurers, something a little bit more serious this time. I promise. As always, adventurers, until next we meet.